So Tortelli down to the line in Switzerland very, very quickly. He knows that he's got the Swiss Grand Prix, then across to Greece, and that is the end of the 250 GP series. Who is going to take the number one plate? Everts has been so close. He lost those very, very valuable points in Brazil. That will go to an appeal, and we don't know when the appeal will be heard, but he's just got to assume that he's going to lose them, and he's got to go out like a terrier and pull those points back so quickly, and that's what he's doing at the moment. Stefan Everts goes to the front, Massio goes to second, Volan goes to third, Tortelli goes to fourth, and Tortelli cannot afford to give up valuable points like this. Since having his points taken away, Stefan Everts has not put a foot wrong. He has won every single race since losing points in Brazil, and it looks like he's going to do it here again in Switzerland today. Today's race in Switzerland, then they go across to Greece, and whoever runs out the winner today and in Greece will carry the number one plate for 1998. Well, right now it's all about that man. Honda mounted, L&M sponsored. Very, very quick machine indeed, and a very, very quick rider as well. Pit Byra still racking up the points, nothing wrong with that. At the end of the season, Pit Byra is certainly going to be well placed as well. But at the moment in Switzerland, it's all about Stefan Everts. He's done enough. Tortelli is coming, Jan de Groot egging him on as fast as he can, but he's got too much work to do. Stefan Everts is there. Tortelli is a fair way back. You can see the difference now. There's a good couple of 100 meters between the two of them. Everts knows that he's done enough in round number one, or heat number one, in Switzerland. He's going to have to do it again later in the day, and he's got to keep Tortelli off his back wheel. Tortelli is going very, very quickly, but he's just not close enough at the moment. I don't think you're going to rattle the cage too much of Stefan Everts. He's a professional. Pit Byra is behind Tortelli, and then Voland is behind them as well. That is Stefan Everts. Look how much closer. All of a sudden now Tortelli has closed the gap tremendously. 2 laps remain. The 2-lap board has gone out from the pits. Oh, Stefan Everts way out of shape. Well, I don't want to have a replay of that. It looked to me as if Tortelli just went right into the side, took a handful, and that argument will rage for quite some time. I wouldn't like to adjudicate who was at fault, but somebody had to go away, and Everts went to ground. He won't be happy with that. Having said that, back to the line they go. The winner was Tortelli, and that's what the record book will show. So it's getting closer and closer, and they know the two of them are fighting for a world championship. Stefan Everts will not be well pleased with that incident right on the finish line, and he's going to come back very, very quickly. Now, Stefan Everts is not one to bang bars, but I think he's as mad as a hornet at the moment. Coming straight back at Tortelli. Tortelli looks across at him. Eyeball to eyeball. Tortelli looks across. Tortelli wants to square off quickly because Everts is about to put him in the cheap seats. So the two of them, they've now got the race of a lifetime coming on. Voland is keeping it together. He's behind Pit Byra. Mane Bafutz is having a good race. But what about Tortelli? He just went eyeball to eyeball with Everts and said, whatever you can do, I can come straight back. But there's a world championship at stake. This race and 2 more to come, and it's going to be all over. Stefan Everts just lost some very, very valuable points. That incident was right on the finish line. The Kawasaki of Tortelli seemed to get underneath Everts. Tortelli accelerated, and Everts had nowhere to go. Threw him down on the ground, and Everts will not be a happy chappy. You can see at the start of the race, the two of them with a lot of aggression. Right now, Everts has got the better of Tortelli, but he's going to have to use all the professional skill that he's got. Tortelli cannot get out of shape. They cannot afford to have a come together. They have got a world championship to be decided, possibly today, possibly in this race. When they go to Greece, the points are going to be so close. Tortelli goes back to the front. We've seen the lead change 4 or 5 times. Now it's Tortelli down the big hill. Oxbow Kawasaki, Jan de Groot must be biting his nails right down to the knuckle. Everts is right there. The fans are on their feet in Switzerland. Tortelli is in front. Kawasaki and Dunlop. Honda and Pirelli. Who is it going to be? These two riders, they've been head-to-head all year. Now, Volan comes back again. Volan comes back. He passes Byra. Volan has had a very, very good year indeed. And I'm sure he'll stay on the 250 class for next year. That's the checkered flag. And Everts has gone, well, that might be a back marker. Tortelli will take the checkered flag. Everts must surely come through in second spot. Yes, he does. And in third overall will go Moni Bavutz in the second heat in Switzerland. And so to Greece for the final round of what has been a dramatic 1998 250 GP series. The mystery unfolds, the drama unfolds down on the line for the final two races of the World Championship Series. Stefan Everts arrived 3 o'clock in the morning. He had a problem with a service truck hitting his aircraft on the runway, so he arrived with incredible pressure upon him. Ryan Hughes was flown in from the US of A to give some support to Tortelli. His entry was not accepted. He was thrown out before the race started. All the long knives have come out. Everybody knows that there's a world championship at stake. Stefan Everts and Dave Grant must have worked it out, every single permutation that you can come up with. The bare facts are, Stefan Everts is 8 points clear of Sebastian Tortelli. If Stefan Everts got 2 seconds and Tortelli got 2 firsts, that would be good enough for Stefan Everts to take the World Championship. I don't think it's going to go that way. They never do work out like that. Right now, Everts just knows he's got work to do. Neither of these riders can afford to go down. They can't afford to get caught up in traffic. Right now, Stefan Everts seems to have it under control. Pit Byra will certainly not affect the results. He will not mix it up. He's just not that kind of a guy. So the pressure all comes down. Tortelli has got the work to do. Stefan Everts is up front. He's got a bit of a backstop in Byra. Byra is very, very quick. Then Talon Volan. He's not going to mix up the points. So really this looks as if it's going to come down to a really, really clean scrap. Those are the two. Well, that's Byra. That's Tortelli that will go through Byra now. Byra gets out of the way. Can't ask for more than that. Great bit of sportsmanship. Now the scrap is on. 1 and 2, the world champion leads Tortelli. He's just got to keep circulating like this and he'll keep the #1 plate, but motorsport is not like that. Everts has already had a fairly topsy-turvy weekend. It's got to surely get better, but no, it won't. He's gone down. Everts has gone down. He's thrown it away. 4, 5 riders have gone through. His world championship, that is the most important drop, and Everts just never seems to drop it. Look at it again. Lapse of concentration. The front end goes away. Thank goodness the bike didn't hit him. Thank goodness Tortelli didn't hit him. Otherwise there would have been plenty nyaga all the way around the circuit. Now Everts has got to get himself back. He's got to get into a rhythm, and certainly that will have rattled him pretty badly. Everts is incredibly emotional about his #1 plate. Everyone has told him that Tortelli can beat him, and he doesn't want to listen to that sort of garbage. So he'll be keeping up the pressure all the way around the circuit. Well, Tortelli has made a mistake. Tortelli has dropped it and gone back. Pit Byra has gone to the front. Talon Volan has gone to second. Can you believe what we're seeing? The final of the 250 Grand Prix. What a shambles there is in Greece. Pit Byra has gone to the front. Volan to second. Then comes Tortelli into third spot. He's got his work to do all over again. Up and over goes Pit Byra, the race leader at the moment. Volan has dropped it. Volan in second has dropped it. Tortelli goes back to second. What are we watching here? Pit Byra up front at the moment. Tortelli back to second. Now we've got to pick up and see what has happened to Stefan Everts. His pit board will be telling him exactly what is going on, but Byra leads the 250 Grand Prix in Greece. An amazing event. Both of the top riders have dropped it in the opening heat of the day. All of a sudden now Pit Byra has got, and he moves out the way again. Nothing wrong with that. 10 out of 10 to Pit Byra. No wonder he's the sportsman that everybody loves. Tortelli has gone back to the front. Sebastian Tortelli on the Kawasaki has gone back to the front. Pit Byra has gone to second. Stefan Everts, I think, has gone to third. That's the way it is. Well, these are such incredibly valuable points. Pit Byra has stayed right out of the way to avoid any sort of a mix-up in this. A world championship is at stake. Sebastian Tortelli, surely he must be thinking it's well within his grasp, but he's got another race to do, and I'm sure he doesn't need another one of these. Tortelli takes the win. The first heat of the day in Greece. Jan de Groot is there. He's got the win, but he's got to do it all again. Back to the line they go. This is the big one. This is the big one. Stefan Everts comes out of the gate smoking. Mr. Super Cool. I've never seen Everts get rattled. He lost concentration in the first race, but in all fairness, so did Tortelli. Race number 2. Well, this is going to be the mix-up of mix-up. If Everts can stay where he is at the moment, he's got the world championship, but Tortelli is going to be as close, and all the rest of the riders on the Grand Prix circuit know there's a world championship at stake. They don't want to get involved or embroiled in that at all. They want a fair fight right to the end, and right now it's all about one man. Honda, Stefan Everts, Dave Grant. What a team they make, and they've got work to do. They have got so much work to do. Robbed by a protest in Brazil through an exhaust noise that will plague him for a long, long time. But right now, everything is coming good in heat number 2. Stefan Everts, 100 meters ahead of Sebastian Tortelli. That 100 meters is eaten away. Kawasaki, that bike is quick. Tortelli is quick. Up into the air they go. Everts, he's going to have to be more than Mr. Super Cool, because Tortelli will rattle him. Tortelli will have a go, and Everts doesn't like that sort of thing. Pit Byra, he rides with a different style. Tortelli will get the adrenaline going. Behind them, Byra and Volan, but it doesn't matter. They're having their own little quiet race, but everyone has come to see what we're seeing. Stefan Everts, the number 1 plate, he wants to keep it on his bike, but Kawasaki wanted badly. They want it so badly, so do Oxbow, so does Jan de Groot. And of course, the Frenchman wants to go to the States with a number 1 plate, not the number 4 plate. Right now, their points are close. He's going to make a move. What can Stefan Everts do? Tortelli goes to the front. If Tortelli stays there, he could be the world champion. Whoever wins this event, whoever finishes ahead of the other, is going to be the new world champion. Tortelli has gone ahead. What incredible tenacity this youngster has got. He's gone past Stefan Everts. He's stretching it away. Stefan Everts won't like this at all. Mentally, he must be thinking to himself, there I can see the green bike going away. Everts has got a problem. Everts has dropped it. Everts, I can't believe he never drops the bike. Everts will now, his brain is gone. Stefan Everts will not handle this at all well. The number 1 plate is going out the window. Jan de Groot must be wondering if they put everything together correctly on that bike. Kawasaki have done an amazing job, supported by Silkeleen and Oxbow. He knows that he's done it. Don't do it yet, it's still too early. That's it, he's done it. Sebastian Tortelli, Kawasaki, 98 250 Grand Prix World Champion. Well, they say that the French are emotional. They say the French are the best lovers, and certainly he must love his manager, his mechanics. He must just love everybody in that team at the moment. What a job Jan de Groot has done in the middle there. Sensational victory for Kawasaki, for Jan de Groot, for Silkeleen, for Oxbow. They have just been an incredible team right throughout the year. That's the number 1 plate. That's what it's all about. Look at the support for that man. And surely his wife must be fighting her way through the crowd as well. There she is. She will head off to the USA next year with the 125 and the 250 world champion. Stefan Everts, he will come in a second. Well, what can you say? Stefan Everts crosses the line. He is going to be a mighty, mighty emotional man. He will be desperately disappointed. Dave Grant, as always, will be there to support him. He supported him in victory, and he's going to support him now that they've had a defeat. Nice to see Stefan and Dave Grant united in everything that they do. Stefan Everts pointing towards Jan de Groot, and if he's the sportsman that we all think he is, he will be the very, very first person to go over and congratulate Jan de Groot and, of course, the little man, Sebastian Tortelli.